All right. I believe we are live, sir.
Hello, everybody.
Well, interesting week for Guntube, Mitchell.
You could say that.
And it's back.
We're so back. We're so back, bro.
All the talk about Guntube being dead over the last couple weeks.
It's lies. It's cope.
It's so back, in fact, that we are now arguing about VFGs
And
and
red
red
dots.
dots on pistols. It's feeling like 2016 again.
A simpler time, if you will. A more a time of more fun. You know, back before we were complaining about foreign wars and oil prices and stuff. We were doing that back then too, aren't we? I feel like that's a common thing.
The more things
No,
change.
yeah, war.
Big,
War never
big,
changes.
big week for the Nothing Ever Happens crowd.
That's right.
Uh,
Um,
Go ahead.
yeah. So if you've been under a rock, everybody and their grandma has been screeching the past week about Lucas Botkin in his vertical foregrips on rifles video, and
Uh,
basically everybody has a video about it now. It seems it has truly penetrated every corner of GunTube or the gun industry at this point. It seems.
well, yeah, with the I don't know if we talked about it on a different episode or not, but he launched Lethal Corporation.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically like T-Rex 2.0.
Yeah, T-Rex, but better.
Yeah, and he's doing some cool things there, but he just went straight back to his old antics of just stirring the pot
Oh yeah,
and
he's
just
been he's been waiting for this moment, dude. He's like been hiding in the shadows, working on what he's doing, getting his company started. And the second that he gets Lethal Corporation started, he's like, it's time.
well, dude, here's the thing is like this is just what he's always done. He just took like maybe like a year off.
Yeah,
Like he dealt with all the T-Rex stuff. Uh
yeah. I feel like
like
people forget that this is like how he's always been.
this
We
is
just
yeah.
haven't seen him for a year since T-Rex, the whole T-Rex thing started. But
He
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 was like this back at T-Rex too.
Yeah, I feel like maybe towards the end of his time at T-Rex, he was maybe, understandably
Right.
dealing with some things. So he was
Mm-hmm.
kind of quieter towards the end of that. So maybe that plays a part of it too. And then afterwards, he kind of just, you know, took some time off and started working on new companies.
Mm-hmm.
And then he just fires up Lethal Corp. It just starts swinging. But he's always done this.
Yeah.
And it's pretty funny because it's not like true rage bait where it's like like true rage bait is just like you're just saying something
Yeah, just to get a rise
un
out of people.
yeah, you're saying something untruthful knowing that it's going to get someone angry at you.
But his
Where
video was just like he was just giving an opinion or a thought, like a generic opinion or thought that he had, and people just took it and ran with it.
yeah, I mean his
He wasn't
personality
presenting it as like trying to make people mad over it.
no. It he just yeah, more or less is like he takes a stance on his opinion and then like just doesn't back down off of it unless he gets like some sort of like real argument
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like mostly like truthful things or
Yeah.
just his opinion on things, and people are losing their minds.
Mhm.
Um, so yes, the several things from the past like 2 weeks from that basically come from Lethal Corporation, and people are not. I don't know. What would you say? They're just losing their minds about it.
Yeah, it's I don't know. They are losing their minds about it. I've seen it everywhere. Everybody is like either angle foregrips or vertical foregrips or dots on pistols.
Dots on pistols and like the big one, the last like today and yesterday was FRTs are uh not good for home defense, and people are actually losing their mind. And the whole thing with him like launching Lethal Corp is when he did like the Ben Steger interview, he was talking about like, well, I wasn't going to start T-Rex 2.0 basically, but he he just saw all like the stupid people, all the retards basically. He basically called the entire gun industry just a bunch of retards, and he's
Yeah.
like, well, I guess I need to like come back or whatever.
Yeah.
And say what you will about Lucas Bodkin. I mean, I know he's either loved or hated, but like he basically proved himself right in a matter of like 2 weeks. Like all the retards just come out of the woodworks and just
Yeah.
uh basically prove his point that yes, we're all retarded.
Yeah.
So
It's like Batman defeats the Joker. He hangs up the suit, hangs up the mask, and then the Joker somehow makes a comeback. And then he's like, shoot, and he has to go grab his cape out of the closet again, put it back on.
yes, yes. I'm trying to find some clips so we can show it. But yeah, I don't know. What else? I feel like there was something else besides the vertical foregrips. And did he say something about LPVOs?
I don't remember. Is it Glocks? I've been seeing some stuff on Glocks recently too, but that's always kind of been a point of contention.
Oh, we got Central Sands Defense. How you doing, buddy? In the chat. And yes, we are going to get into the dots. Hot
Yes.
take. Hot take, none of this matters. Correct. This is the correct take. Yeah, so we'll just start out with VFGs, I guess. People were very upset about that, and I've never been a huge like traditional vertical foregrip guy.
Mm.
But I think I like oversized hand stop is what I usually run. Like you can, I don't know if you can see on the cat back there, but I usually run oversized hand stop.
Kind of like the BCM angle foregrip type of deal, like their 89-degree one.
Yeah, it's basically like what the gun industry's answer to what Lucas Botkin like originally did, which was the backwards BCM, like chopped
Mm.
BCM
Yep.
backwards. And that's pretty much what I liked. I don't like a small hand stop, but
Mm.
I gotta have like a little like something. I like to get the little, Spider-Man grip action,
Yeah, yeah. I know
Uh
what you're talking about.
so I like those, and I've never had like a problem with them. But I don't know. What about you? What was your whole reaction to that?
Um, I it's kind of either way. Honestly, I have some rifles that don't have foregrips on them, and some of them that have like like a vertical foregrip or like a hand stop or something. Like my competition rifle that I shoot with, or like my main rifle, my 14.5 that I use for pretty much everything, does not have one. And it's just from my uses in like shooting 2 gun matches and stuff, like different types of cover or things that you're shooting off of. I don't like the vertical foregrip, like being like a weird point sticking out of the bottom of my gun when I'm trying to lay it on top of a barrel or something like that. Like not all the things that I shoot off of are like VTAC barriers. And so it's like, okay, well, instead of having, one good use case at like, 2 gun matches, like a VTAC barrier where I can like ram it into the front of it and use that as a point for it to index off of. Why don't I just get rid of it and I can lay it flat on top of everything and work around it like that,
Yeah, so that was the other thing is like this has been a no running like a slick setup has been like a thing in the competition world for a while.
Mhm.
I know you're into that more than I am. I am just starting to get into it, but yeah, that is not a new concept. Like it's just
Mhm.
a complete, overreaction to that. And you know what? Who cares, bro? Like at the end of the day, like who who honestly cares?
That's the funniest thing about this, specifically with the VFGs. It's like, why do you care what people put on their guns? Like these people online that I'm seeing that are like freaking out, like, oh, you're retarded if you don't have a VFG because it's such a good index point. Like, just makes you control your rifle so much better. Like you're retarded, bro. And
My
then it's like, who cares, bro?
I made
Let
a
the guy
meme.
shoot what he wants.
Uh, I made a meme about it only because of like I knew it was coming, and we're already starting to see some of this. Is like the people that are like, "Oh, dude, well, I never like VFGs." I like the dudes that will just like grab onto like the guys that cannot come up with their own opinion on
Hmm.
anything. It's just
Yeah,
like, "Oh, well, I just had a VFG on there. I was just trying it, but like I never liked them. I always thought they were stupid." And so we're
yeah,
already like seeing some of that, and it's just like I just found it funny because, like, Lucas started the whole, like, backwards BCM style of vertical foregrip, like the chop down,
yep,
oversized hand stop thing, and it's just like T-Rex Lucas is, like, you know, makes that, a thing, and then Lethal Corp Lucas is just kills
taking a
it
piss on
immediately.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I turned it into, like, a of mice and men meme where, like, George shoots Lenny.
Uh,
Eh,
but
but
it's
yes.
both Lucas Bakken.
Yeah, no, it was just a picture of Lenny with his like T-Rex Lucas BCM rifle, and then the like
Oh,
picture below is just like Lucas just shooting George in the head.
that's great.
Uh yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, it
Um
really is just like, bro, just shoot what you like, bro. Does it really matter? Who cares?
no, I did find it like interesting, something I never even really thought about was the deflection thing. Like I don't know if you like watched the video where Jesse Cinco was talking about it of like the putting pressure on a vertical foregrip is like flexing the handguard and like putting flex on the barrel because you're I don't
So I will
I don't
say for like free float rails, not really. For rails that have like your car 15 up there, your Gordy clone, if you were to put a grip on that, because the handguard is clamped to the barrel, then yes, it would deflect the barrel because you're directly putting input on that barrel versus like a free float handguard. Well, that's kind of self-explanatory. The handguard's free floating, and there's nothing on the barrel that's jacking with it. Now, say like other things like suppressors will sag your barrel a little bit. You know, you got a big heavy suppressor at the end of your gun. that changes your point of impact because there's weight on the end of it. You know, big steel tube on the end of it that weighs a lot. Or if you're resting your barrel on a barricade and using the front of your handguard to basically act as a stop on a barricade or something. Well, now that you've got your barrel resting on that barricade, yeah, it's going to deflect it. So, yeah.
Yeah, and the other thing about like what do you call it, the V wall or whatever in the competition? My first shooting competition was 2-gun, and I didn't have an issue with my hand stop, my oversized hand stop, but I did have a issue with my light and getting my suppressor and my light through the hole.
Yeah.
Which is, another consideration, I guess. But like, I don't know.
You just have to adjust your point of aim a little bit. Just kind of understand
like
where your barrel.
How would you do that then?
What you're referencing is when we had the angled 45-degree angle slots on the VTAC barrier. So you've got your gun turned to the side, sticking through, and you got your barrel sitting on top of it. You just aim your dot just a little bit below the target because you're pushing down on the barrel, which is pointing it upwards. So just aim a little bit below it. Like aim at the bottom of the steel plate.
No, I couldn't. Like the hole wasn't like big enough for me to get my gun.
Oh, you're saying how do you get your light through it?
Yeah.
You don't, which is why I'm saying you just change your point of impact because your barrel's being pressed against there and the weight of the gun's pressing the barrel up. So just aim your dot at the bottom of the steel plate. Because you can't get it through that slot, just rest your barrel on it and just aim a little bit low.
There's no barrel for me to rest it on.
What do you mean? The barrel of your rifle?
Yeah, I would have to set my suppressor on it.
Or your suppressor,
we just
whatever.
do that. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. No.
And then you just aim below, and then it would.
If a dead air can and your mount sucks, then you might get a baffle strike. But
no, I don't got to worry about that. Luckily. Interesting. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Like, I don't know. Well, this is why you do competitions, is so you can test your gear.
Yep.
And get better.
Yeah, because I couldn't get my light through the barricade either.
Yeah, I guess I just assumed you were supposed to like get your handguard rested on the barricade, but yeah, the more you
aim a little bit.
And the more you know. Yeah, that would have made everything so much easier had I known that. And again, I screwed myself by not being in your group.
Yep.
So, yeah, well, things to know for next time.
That's right.
All right, what's the next thing?
You go into red dots?
Well, that wasn't a Lucas thing. So let's just get all like the Lucas drama out of the way first so we can move on to that, which is so much fun. The
red dot boys have been eating good.
Dude, the boomer FUDs have been they have been going a little bit wild the last couple weeks. So what did we say the next thing was? It was
FRTs in home defense.
Yeah. So today I didn't see the video. I just saw the people like freaking out about it. He basically put up a video talking about FRT. Was it about FRTs? Hold on, let me look.
It was referencing FRTs for home defense and how they're impractical.
Here's his tweet. Here we go. I'll just throw it up on the screen here. And I believe he made a video about it, maybe? I don't know. I've noticed a trend recently that I find fascinating. The people promoting the FRTs and spamming bullets at the range are often the same ones complaining about the cost of firearms accessories. I need someone to make sense of that for me. Lucas is a known noticer, and I believe this is mostly, the same people that buy PSAs. Basically, yeah. So anyway,
hold on. Let me read the comment or the caption or the comment section right there. What was it? Go back.
Go back.
Yeah. All right. Up at the top there. Yep. Nope. Yep. There you go.
One. Yeah. So I think this stems from that, him talking about FRTs. And so he says so here the tweet is, where the hell did people get the idea that FRT is a good idea for home defense rifle or auto is a big value add for an AR? And so basically I'm guessing how this went is Lucas Bakken says something negative about FRTs, and there's so many people in the gun industry that literally can't rotate an apple in their brain. They just hear
Lucas Bakken hates FRTs. That's what that translates to in their monkey brain.
Exactly. It was a YouTuber said bad thing about FRT. He doesn't like FRT.
He must not hate them.
I must attack now. And so I'm sure he got a bunch of retarded comments, and somehow this topic has been going around of people claiming that FRTs. PSA? No, I refuse. Dude, I don't do anything on. The only time I'm on our actual Twitter is when we're doing a live stream, and most of the time I'm just pulling stuff up like DMs from me, my ex, to the channel.
Right.
Because for whatever reason, I can't log on to my ex on this computer. I think I forgot my password or something. I have no idea. But anyway, so what this comes down to is people are retarded and are saying stuff about FRTs are good for home defense. And I don't know who needs to hear this. But if you are that retarded that you believe that an FRT would make a good home defense rifle, best of luck to you, I guess. There's so many reasons why that is a horrible idea.
Right, and this goes back to our home defense weapon episode that we did a long time ago.
Long time ago,
back when we first started. And it's if you're a single bachelor, you don't care about hitting neighbors, or if you live in the middle of nowhere, sure, dude, use whatever you want, bro. But if you've got kids, if you live close to people, if you live in an apartment building, if there's other people in other rooms of the house, why are you just letting a 30-round mag go in your house, dude?
Yeah, I think
in suburbia.
I think that was a joke we made at the end where we're like, if you're a single dude at home, just set up a dishka in your hallway and you're good to go, but you're living in the middle of nowhere by yourself.
Yes.
And that was the joke. And that was the meme joke.
That's actually what I should do, because Lucas Bakken hates FRTs. I'm gonna go do that now.
Yeah. It's in what world was that ever a good idea? That should have never been inside of your brain to think that was a good idea. Not only the most horrifying part about all of this is from Lucas's original tweet about, people buying FRTs, complaining about the prices of attachments and stuff. How many of these imbeciles, how many of these mongoloids live in an apartment building that have this idea? These paper thin walled apartment buildings and you're gonna slap an FRT into your, 8-inch PSA uh AR and just kill everyone on your entire floor.
It's like, bro, you have a half-inch drywall, dead air, maybe some like insulation
Maybe,
for 3.5 inches, and then another half-inch sheet of drywall. This is
maybe.
is all that's separating you from a murder charge.
Right. Yes.
Uh,
Yeah, people don't understand that. Like, I used to work on apartment buildings. I know what's in between those walls, and
yeah,
it's not
I've
a
seen
lot.
how the sausage is made. It's not good.
It's not something you wanna play with. If you can hear, Granny 3 doors down getting railed, uh, it's probably a safe bet that your 5.56 is gonna go clear down the hallway.
Yeah.
Uh,
And that's the thing is like when you're in a home defense situation, you've got other liabilities around and stuff like that. You need to be incredibly judicious with shooting your gun because yeah, your bullets can leave your house. That's a real possibility. In fact, it's almost a certainty.
yes.
So just letting 15 rounds, 20 rounds, 30 rounds just go wherever your laser pointer shows is not very smart.
Yeah. You know, we got Central Sans Defense here saying, luckily, he's right. Wisconsin's pretty based with some DAs and some gun rules. We're pretty good state for that, but I still would feel pretty bad if I just killed my neighbor while they were sleeping.
Yeah.
I
Central
probably
Sands,
would.
are you from Wisconsin too?
Yeah, Central Sans Defense
What?
is a Wisconsin boy.
Oh, sick, dude.
Yeah, we got dude. There's a bunch of absolute chuds in Wisconsin. Some secret chuds everywhere, I think.
I love it here, man. Everybody talks about like the Midwest as being like gay and nothing happens. Wisconsin is awesome, bro. We had so many cool people here.
The people here are cool. I wouldn't say Wisconsin's my favorite all the time.
No, but the state is beautiful and it's got a lot of nice things.
It's beautiful in the summer for like 3 months.
Yeah. The winter
Winter,
has its beauty too, though.
yeah, winter's nice sometimes. Uh anyway, back to FRTs before we get too off track here. But his
Yeah.
whole the big point about what he was trying to make is like you have to be accountable
Mhm.
for every shot you take in
Yes.
a defensive situation. And that's not a controversial take
No,
whatsoever. It never has been.
that's been like the line for self-defense shootings for literally ever. Is there's a lawyer attached to every single bullet that you shoot.
Yeah. And
So
I think part of it is like he's a controversial figure in the industry, so he just gets pushed back no matter what. And he doesn't mind standing up for his opinions.
mm,
And so I think that's a big part of it too, is people are just going to be mad no matter what you say or whatever stance you take.
right.
But it it is amazing how retarded people are, like in
Yeah.
general. Like, yes, you have to think about, other people when you're talking about self defense. Like I don't understand how that could be controversial
yeah.
whatsoever.
Yeah.
Not like just not to mention the like fact starting point. What is the number one trait you want your self defense weapon, your home defense weapon, you want that to have? I would say reliability is the
Mhm.
number one thing, and
Yeah.
FRTs are not known for being reliable.
Yeah.
That's kind of like
the point.
a thing about them. That's kind of like the main drawback is
Right.
they're kind of finicky and they don't always work and they break easy.
Mhm.
So I think that just off of that, it's already negated as being a viable option for self-defense amongst all the other reasons why that's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Um, but yes, I did not think that we'd be arguing about that and in general. And it's not even just home defense, just like full auto in general, like we've known for a long time. Like I feel like it's just been a common like everyone has agreed like since like 2008. Like full auto isn't like
Practically.
practical. Like
The only
even
thing full auto is even used for basically in the military is suppression.
right.
And those are the people shooting full auto all the time.
With a dedicated,
Yeah.
you know, gun.
Suppressive weapon.
Yeah, like a saw or like a dedicated belt-fed machine gun.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, the only other thing I could possibly like say that they'd be used for is like tearing up large groups of enemies, or like put that bitch in a doorway and just spray in close quarter combat. But that's if there's no repercussions for spraying a belt fed through a doorway. You know?
uh yes. I got sidetracked there for a second because you reminded me of something that we didn't talk about if we wanted to talk about it or not. Um, the did you want to talk about the Pornhub uh Canada
Yeah.
situation?
Yeah, we could do that. We could do that
uh
after red dots.
okay, yes. Thank you. I got distracted there. Let's do red dots now. So, what is this
Ken,
guy's name?
is it Ken Hackathorn?
Does he have like the white
Yeah.
mustache and goatee? Yeah,
Yeah.
I have no idea who this is.
He used to be like a world class shooter, like competition shooter, stuff like that. If I'm not mistaken.
He
Um,
does touch guns in this video, unfortunately. So I guess I'm gonna have to hide that.
yeah, probably. Oh yeah. So yeah, Ken Hackathorn is the founder of IPSC and IDPA, or one of the founders of IPSC and IDPA, which are you know shooting organizations just like USPSA. They're the two main competitors to USPSA. Um,
What what are these guys saying? Let's uh Central CSD. Is there a problem with the full auto combo? What's your take on it? He says y'all are rage baiting me now. I want to hear it.
Give me your thoughts, sir.
Boltlock's a big FRT for home defense guy.
I
It's
know where
lame.
Boltlock lives. It's not a good spot for FRTs, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, full auto is lame. I I have
It's
one. I have
it's
one in the Gordy clone, just because the Gordy clone is not a practical gun, and I know that. So, uh, what better gun to throw an FRT in besides the one that is going to absolutely gas you out completely after like 3 rounds? So, like, let's dump a 30-round mag through it, dude. Going back to the video of us shooting that thing when it
Mhm.
was like -2 outside this winter.
Dude,
Watching
why
that
did we
video,
choose that day to shoot that thing, bro? It was so cold.
just the cloud that we created was insane. Yeah.
Boltlock will tell you when we were at our match on Tuesday, we had a rifle stage where you had to shoot. There's an array of what was it? Like 7. Yeah, I think it was like 7 targets, and then start at like 25 or something. Strong side, 1 shot only. Run up to 20. Mandatory reload, 2 shots on each. Run up to 15. Mandatory reload. Switch to weak side and shoot 2 on each. Dude, when I shot weak side, bro, the unbelievable amount of gas that got pumped straight into my nostrils from the ejection port was criminal, bro. I'm not even joking. I was dizzy after that. I'm like, dude, I have to get a different can. I gotta get a flow through can after this. Shooting weak side is horrible. I felt so bad for the lefties out there.
Dude, once you
feel their pain for a second.
Lefties aren't real. I don't believe lefties are even real human beings. I'm trying to figure out a way to see if I can like cover up the bottom half of this video so we can actually watch it, because like there's some astonishingly retarded things in this video. How do you think I should do this, Mitchell?
Is it on Twitter?
It's on Twitter, yeah.
Can you just like scroll so that the bottom of the video is cut off by like the bottom of the screen or something? So have it play? Maybe.
No, because then it won't be big.
Oh.
Yeah, we suck at this, dude. We still have not gotten good at this.
Is it talking that you want to hear? Or is it visual? Could you just play it in the background and it'll make sense?
Yeah, I don't even know how to do that.
You can't just play it right now?
Can you hear it?
No.
Yeah. We'll just do this. I'll just try to pause it.
Are you able to make the image so grainy that the AI doesn't pick it up? 270p.
Reality that nobody.
Dude. This is terrible.
Nobody wants to talk about.
I wonder if I can just like
bring our screens over the top of it or no?
Huh?
Are you able to just bring our screens over the top of his?
I highly doubt it. I am not skilled enough for that. Dude, you know what? We are not. I don't think our channel is big enough to get flagged like that. And so, this is the point.
Didn't you pull out a gun at one point on stream, like on accident?
Me?
Somebody did.
I didn't.
Or maybe you pulled up like an actual picture or a video of somebody shooting a gun, and I'm like, hey, I don't know if we're supposed to be doing that. And then you're like, oh. Because we've been doing it for like the past 5 minutes, and then nothing ever happened.
Yeah, I don't think our channel's definitely not big enough for anything to happen. So yeah. All right, let's just watch the retardation.
There's a cold hard reality that nobody wants to talk about. At the distances you really use a handgun to defend yourself, 0 to 10 yards. That's the real world. They have no advantage. A red dot sighted pistol at 0 to 10 yards has no advantage over iron sights. It's not faster, it's not more accurate, it has no benefit. And guys are gonna say, well, I think it does. Cool, go ahead, stick one on your gun. But you're on crack if you think it's an advantage. It is not.
You're on crack.
Your lifestyle should dictate a lot about this. For example, don't buy a gun and do what all the cool kids are doing on the internet. You got to have a red dot, you got to have a light, you got to have a high capacity magazine, you got to have a holster so you can stick it down, point at your junk. Everybody's kind of following the leaders on this, the cool kid leaders. And the truth of the matter is that may not be the best choice. With a hood that protects them, yes, you can. And that's what the cops have. As a matter of fact, the dot-sighted pistols with the lights the cops are carrying, they don't have holsters. They got buckets that are disguised as holsters. If you look at them, it's like wearing a bucket on your hip. It's kind of, again, if you're a cool kid, you got it. Now,
What?
What does this mean, dude? What does that even mean?
What the F does that mean, Kobe Bryant?
What does that mean? What is the deal with the bucket on the hip? Is he just talking about like Safariland holsters?
Yes, he's talking about Safariland holsters. That's how he refers to it as.
What
does that mean, Kobe Bryant?
What does not constitute being considered a bucket?
Just keep playing it. It's almost done.
Common practice. It has to have some durability over the period of time. For example, we remember between 1985 and 1995, the American law enforcement community converted from revolvers to auto pistols. We all understand they're never going to go back. It's now auto pistols are standard practices. To say that something like one of these red dot sighted pistols, no matter how well you like them or don't like them, to say that this is the future, the truth of the matter is we don't know that yet.
We do know that. We do know that, sir.
I think that's the craziest part of this entire video. It's been like that for years.
Yeah.
It has been like standard issue for years.
Just keep playing. That's all.
My belief is if you're a 1%er, you probably are going to really, really like them and learn to use them. If you're part of the 99% of the rest of the gun owning culture, I don't think they're probably going to have the virtue.
Okay.
All right. Enough of that boomer talk.
This is boomer cringe. Why are boomers like this? Why are boomers so awful? I hate boomers.
It
Total boomer disenfranchisement.
Dude, it is. It's actually insane. No, you shouldn't even be allowed to.
They're like women. They shouldn't be allowed to speak in public.
They really shouldn't. Like it's been the standard for so long. Like I don't understand what everyone's problem is with red dots, like specifically boomers. Like you would think
I equate it to it's like boomers getting smartphones. They don't know how to use them, and so they're scared of them. They don't understand it, and so they're scared of it.
Here's the thing is you don't have to know how to use it. It just is on. It's just on the gun. You don't have to do anything else.
Yes,
like
but
most
they're scared because they don't understand it. They think all these crazy things. Oh, they just break all the time. Oh, your batteries are gonna die when you need it. Oh, your glass is gonna fog up. Oh, your glass is gonna be buried by all the belly button lint that you have. And it's like, dude, these are all retarded takes. Take care of your stuff and you won't have an issue.
It's not even that. Like, I don't even take care of my stuff. I've never, ever had to deal with anything.
And
negative.
it's again, they're stupid points by people who don't understand that they're dumb points because they don't get it.
Yeah, it's the same thing of trying to convince them that, you know, Israel's bad. It's just not going to happen.
It's just not going to happen.
And
it's not
like,
happen.
yeah, if you're a new gun owner, I know no one in the chat is a new gun owner, but
I'm a new gun owner.
There is, like, it used to be when they first came out, it used to be a little bit of like a price barrier to entry. And with the, you know, with them being in the market for so long now at this point, like it's a couple $100 extra. Your gun, most guns already are cut, MOS cut. You can get a gun that will
become the standard
whatever.
For the industry. Like any good selling gun, not even good selling guns. Most guns are cut for optics now.
Yes.
I don't know, like very many manufacturers that sell a polymer semi-auto handgun that doesn't offer an optic cut version.
Right. And even if you get like a deal on like, let's say you get a deal on like an older Glock that's not cut.
Yeah, there's like millions of companies that
they're
can cut them.
Yes.
For a very inexpensive price.
Yes, you just Google it and 96 companies will pop up that will do it for very cheap.
Wager Machine Works. It's like $90 and it's a great service.
Who is it?
Wager Machine Works. I've had my
Glock. Is he local?
Here. I think they're down in, where are they? Louisiana or North Carolina, something like that. They're down south somewhere, but dude, their turnaround times are so quick and they do really good work. I've had like 3 guns. Your Glock 17 was cut by them.
They did a fantastic job.
Yeah, my 19X is sitting right here. It was cut by them. They did a great job, and their turnarounds are really quick.
Oh, dude, speaking of good turnarounds, Parker Mountain Machine. Very, very good service. Very, very good. I've sent my Scar barrel to them like twice now.
Didn't you have it cut previously, and then you had them cut it again?
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah, I had it cut down to 13.9 and then pin and weld for a very long time.
Yeah, that's right.
And then because I just didn't want to pay for a tax stamp. And then now that tax stamps are zero, I was like, I've always wanted the 10-inch CQC. And yeah, so I just pulled the trigger.
And you chopped it.
It's awesome. Now I'm like I'm overthinking the suppressor that I want to get for it. I'm just trying to find the lightest possible thing that I can find that like doesn't suck.
Anyway. Back to red dots. So I found this post, in reference to this argument on Facebook, and some of the comments here I just gotta read because they're so good. And this is, again, people don't understand red dots, and so they're scared of them. I like iron sights for something I'm depending on potentially saving my life or someone else's life. For target shooting and fun, I prefer red dot. I see red dots as another 3 potential points of failure. The glass can crack, the screws can fail, and the glass can get very dirty.
Huh?
What? Fog has entered the chat. Dirt and debris has entered the chat. Dead battery has entered the chat. Electronic malfunction has entered the chat. Astigmatism has entered the chat. I'm sure there's more. Lots of people crying about their astigmatism. Bro, I have an astigmatism, a really bad one. Just get a bigger MOA dot and it just fixes it.
It just fixes it.
Or because you have bad eyes, you need corrective lenses. Just get corrective lenses that fix it. They have that now. I wear contacts that fix my astigmatism in my right eye.
That's my whole thing with like, it's so funny that boomers like hate it, but like I would imagine for like old people, it'd be way harder to line up iron sights than it is to just look at a dot.
You don't even need to look at it.
No.
Open both of your eyes and target focus. Please. Please shoot a handgun like a normal person with target focus.
I can't believe we still have to even talk about it in the year of our Lord 2026.
Listen to this garbage. I don't care. My EDC gets covered in belly button lint, so I have a hard time justifying a dot. You are disgusting. Clean your belly button, bro. Clean your belly button. If your gun is getting so dirty that you need to worry about a dot getting filled with belly button lint, you need to check yourself.
You know what's funny? That person probably owns like a P322.
Let me click on this man's profile. Is this guy fat?
Oh, dude, he's got to be. There's no way you're stacking. There's no way you're stacking belly button lint inside of your RMR and just filling up the window of your RMR if you're not just morbidly
How do you
obese.
have that much belly button lint to where you are just your RMR becomes a bucket for your filth? What?
Dude, you have to think about
What?
the overflow, dude.
Gosh, dude, that's wild.
That's a massive amount of belly button lint, dude. That's like what's in the bottom of your dryer at your house. Dude, just clean your belly button every now and again.
This guy's retarded. He's got a SKS with irons that have tritium in them, and he says this is superior to a red dot in every way. Tritium night sights, sir, are better than a red dot in every way.
Yeah, I mean, at what point you're just like, just wish people the best, Like these people, there's no way that these people actually shoot.
No, and that's what people are saying here. It's like you can definitely tell how much people shoot in this comment section. Let's see.
I'm trying to find some funny ones that are on Ben Stager's post here.
Not being mean, but you sound like everyone I've outshot on the range with their fancy gats. It's like, brother.
Fancy.
All right. I like dots, but let's be real. It's not that much of a difference. Dots do have their downsides. Dots can lose 0. Batteries die. Glass shatters. Irons work when your dot fails, and that's why a superior setup is dot and co-witness irons. Brother, how many red dots are these people breaking? Who is breaking that? Yes. What are they doing? I almost pulled up my 19X so I could just do this on the table.
Dude, this is what happens when you keep buying Swamp Fox freaking red dots off of eBay. They break.
I have a Swamp Fox off eBay right now, and I was about to test and see if it was true that they just break.
They probably would. Half of these people are getting like fake. Didn't we find like fake Swamp Fox on eBay the other day? You were telling me you bought like a fake Swamp Fox or something?
Yeah, I did, and I put it on my 9mm AR with an FRT. It's nice. It's pretty fun, actually. But I have one here on my 19X, a real one on my 19X here, and I just smashed it on my table, top down, muzzle. I don't know if you heard that from my mic, but
yeah, we all heard it.
It's all good.
Here's a comment for you. Guy at the range yesterday said he won't shoot dots because the dot moves as he pulls the trigger and iron stays still.
This isn't... These people, their vote counts just as much as yours. Their votes count as much as yours. Think of that and get mad.
Dude.
And it's because people don't know how to shoot with dots. It's because they don't know how to shoot in general. Because they're doing this.
Dude, it's because they're retarded, dude.
Somebody please clip that.
We are trying to rationalize with, like I said, people who cannot rotate an apple in their brain.
Please rotate the Trujicon RMR in your brain.
We're trying to argue with a psychopath who's trying to tell you that the sky is not blue. Like,
yeah,
we're wasting our breath on these morons. Oh man. I'm trying to find another crazy one.
You know what's crazy is I had a boomer come up to me on the range one day, and he's like, "Man, I see all you kids shooting with them red dots. How do you like it?" And I'm like, "Man, it's awesome. They're so easy to use, and they're just really nice compared to irons. They make shooting much easier, quicker, and they're just great." And he's like, "You mind if I try? My eyes are getting bad, and I can't use irons as well as I used to. Would you mind if I just, gave yours a whirl?" I'm like, "Oh, for sure, dude. Like, this guy's like 100 years old." And handed him my gun. He shot it. He's like,
shoots himself.
No, he shot my gun. He's like, he nailed it. And I'm like, "Pretty awesome, huh?" And he's like, "Dude, I gotta get me one of these." And I'm like, "You're cool, guy. You're cool. Why can't all boomers be like you?"
Yeah. That's what I was trying to like I don't understand how it could possibly be harder than irons. Like there's just no way that it's harder than irons. It's just
It's not.
they don't even want to like even attempt to even try to understand a red dot.
The thing is that
They've probably
the
never
people
shot
complaining
one.
about them have never shot one, and so they just don't understand it. Or maybe they have, and it was their like retarded like Marine grandson's PSA dagger with some Bushnell red dot on top that he got at Walmart, and it sucked, and that's their only experience. And it wasn't even like the RMR cut PSA dagger. He actually had he had to punch out the rear dovetail sight and like put the stupid plate on the dovetail sight that mounts to an RMR footprint, and that's what he used.
Mm.
That's the only thing.
The only thing I ever had like a bad experience with a negative thing on a dot ever was my SRO the one day when I was shooting the XC, and I had the ghost dot when we were like shooting directly into the sun.
That's rough.
And yeah, threw a couple shots really low, but
this is why I don't buy Trijicon products.
The SRO is not bad.
It's not a bad dot. I actually really like the window of the SRO.
It's a nice window. It's just extremely expensive, and you can get
a Holosun 507 comp for like half of the price, and it's better.
Yes, and it just hasn't changed a lot.
Well, that's the main complaint about Trijicon is like it's just old, outdated technology, but they're still charging a premium for it. Like I get it, USA made, whatever, blah blah blah. It's like, can we get like something more interesting than the RMR HD?
I think if they weren't so expensive, like if they would just let go of that huge price tag that they slap on their stuff, I think it like would be an extremely based company. Because it's not anything fancy. They don't make anything fancy. It just works most of the time. Some of their newer products have some sketchy track record stuff, but like the ACOG, the RMR, extremely durable, and they're simple, and they just work, and they just run. They're just expensive.
And the lenses look like my shirt.
What's that?
And their lenses look like my shirt.
The RMR does, yeah.
Yeah. Every RMR I shot, I've been like, wow, this is horrible.
Yeah, but dude, it's been like around for so long.
Yeah. No, we owe a lot to the Trijicon RMR, honestly, as handgun shooters, as red dot enthusiasts, red dot enjoyers. We owe a lot to the footwork that the RMR.
And I still think there's a place for the RMR if you just need something that is extreme, like if extreme durability is still a priority for you, or you need something where you absolutely have to be able to like put in a nail in a 2x4 with your red dot, if you had to, like, just get an RMR. Like, it's not going to be the best dot in the entire world, but it's just, you can beat it up.
Yeah, it absolutely works.
If you can find a deal. Like, I got my RMR on a deal. Like, you can find them cheap, secondhand, all day long. Yeah. I would never buy a brand new RMR. Not today. So yes. And I can't even believe that we have to say that in 2026, but here we are. Yes, dots are the standard. Like, you buy a handgun, it should already be in your budget. If you're not going to buy the gun with the dot on it, it should be the very next thing you buy is the dot.
Yes.
And a light.
Yes, and a holster. A big bucket holster, as Ken Hackathorn says.
A big bucket holster. What was the bucket thing about? It's crazy.
I don't know. He's scared of safari lands too.
That's what I'm still confused about. What holster is not like a bucket?
I don't know. Is he is he like a SIG 320 defender? And he's like, oh, all these big, ginormous bucket holsters. Cops are getting their keys thrown inside of them and stuff, and it's making them go off. Is that his argument?
Dude, that would be hilarious if his whole thing is like these darn bucket holsters.
Bro, I'm serious. Like listening to that video on Red Dots, that literally would not surprise me if that's his argument for the SIG 320s. It would not surprise me in the slightest.
I have little to zero interest to figure out whether or not Central States Defense. Drop me a link and I'll start yelling. Dude, we
invite him, get him on the panel.
All right. Well, dude, send me somewhere I can. Oh, dude, the thing's doing it again. Yeah, I gotta do the whoop. Oh, there we go. You can come on here, dude. Tell me where to send the link. I'll send it. And you can rip into Ken Haththorne.
No, he's just going to yell at us for FRTs.
Dude, he just lights us up. That would be hilarious.
That'd be so good.
What else we got? We'll get the whole group in here. We got Pay the Snucka in here too. Bolt Lock.
Yeah.
Just drop the link in the chat.
Join the Discord, boys. We'll put it in there.
Yeah, for anyone watching and interested. So I didn't realize that the link for our community Discord would expire after 7 days, so I was just leaving that in all the descriptions, and it's been expired for like a long time.
Put the Discord link in the chat for them to join and get them in here.
Yeah, DM me on something. I'll find it. But anyway, we'll move along now until someone wants to join, start yelling. What else did we have?
We had skill-based matchmaking between Floyd Cop and Rabbi.
Yes, dude. I don't think we can show that, but we're going
not
to.
The videos.
We just showed Ken Haththorne handling a gun for like 5 minutes.
I guess.
Canadian cop, dude. So every single time that a detail came out about this whole situation, it just kept getting
worse,
funnier. All right, where is it? Female cop. Mitchell, run them through the events here while I try to find the video.
So, essentially, what had happened was there is a incel commie, I guess. And when I say incel, I mean like actual incel, not like something that like
not like the lib incel.
Like what? Yeah, like millennial women and dudes will say to like insult you as if it works. An actual incel. Incel commie decides to go shoot up the Pornhub HQ in Montreal.
Yep.
Gets into a firefight with the police, and the police officers involved here that we're going to be talking about are a Floyd, a young white woman, and a Muslim immigrant named Muhammad. Now, Mr. Muhammad,
was he well, he had to be.
He was a Muslim immigrant.
And he was a cop.
And he was a cop. Mr. Muhammad here gets slimed by this incel with an SKS and some gay airsoft camo. And the woman cop is hiding behind cover from this guy, and then some rabbi comes scurrying, as they do, out of the Pornhub HQ, startles the Floyd
What?
cop, and he gets slimed by her.
A rabbi was in Pornhub's corporate office?
Surprising.
No way.
I know. It's crazy, huh?
They would never.
No. Yeah, then he comes around the cover that the Floyd cop was sitting behind, and she's like, ah! I mean, a reasonable reaction to seeing a rabbi, but she slimes him right in the noggin, and
yes.
he gets slumped, and then she runs away. That's your story breakdown here. Now we'll see some videos, I'm sure.
So, a Muslim and a Floyd walk into a bar. Yeah.
It does sound like a bad start. It sounds like a start to a joke. A Muslim, a Floyd, an incel, and a rabbi walk into the Pornhub HQ.
It really does. So yes, obviously there is, death involved, which is always sad.
That's
And
always said. We don't like to see people die.
and we pray for their souls.
Yes, absolutely.
But it really is, this whole situation is liberal ideology personified.
Yes, exactly.
This is the end result of, what liberalism leads to. You have disenfranchised young white men who are being destroyed by these evil corporations and become violent. And then you have feminism and hiring women for jobs that they're not qualified for. You have forced immigration of people who don't want to assimilate to the culture, leading the charge on who's carrying out the laws and the justice in your country. You have two people who have zero interest for their people other than they just want to be there because that's what we want to do. And then you have rabbis just running amok, just being evil.
Scurrying about.
Yes. So I'm trying to figure. Yeah.
Let's say in Canada.
It really is, and the whole end result is just people dying. I'm gonna play the video. CSD is gonna hop in here. I'm gonna go find him on Instagram while I play the video. There's blood, so I don't know if we're gonna get, zoinked for this, but like I said,
well, there's also people shooting guns, is there not?
Yes.
Maybe turn the volume down.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn the volume down, but I don't think it shows.
I don't know, dude. At this point where we are walking on a tightrope.
We're flying so close to the sun. All right,
so
whatever.
We might need to rename this Icarus's flight.
Dude, the Rumble link is in the chat. Who cares? If we go down on YouTube, we're on Rumble.
Why is he walking? What is wrong with him?
Why is he walking?
And we have like the, woman back.
Guys, what the fuck? They're just shooting the cops. Holy shit.
So there's our guy there. Wearing some like gay airsoft rig. There is Mr. Muhammad down there, unfortunately passing away as his compatriot does nothing but hide.
What is wrong with him?
Did it just loop?
Yeah, I did. I'm sending Central the link here.
He's just shooting the cops. Holy shit.
It looks like he's like reloading there, probably putting stripper clips into his SKS, and then bam, there goes Mr. Rabbi getting schlumped.
Why is he walking? What is wrong with him?
This is just a wild video, dude.
What the fuck? He's just shooting the cops.
Yes. So, as you can see, this woman's first reaction to, her partner getting shot, just hide behind a wall and just like
Instead
look
of
at
helping him,
look at it. There's zero. How is she going to do anything from this position? Like, this is a woman, like, hiding
the
from.
engagement has come to a standstill, a stalemate, because she's hiding and he's hiding because he's reloading.
Yes. And she's not hiding for anything other than to protect herself at this point. And this is what the big difference between why men are, supposed to be cops and why women shouldn't be cops is because men are just inherently built to resist evil and go up against like dangerous things, where women are
We
their
run
first
into the face of danger.
the first instinct is hide, right? And
Yes.
zero awareness. Dude is coming out of the headquarters here, and
Bam.
she just, ends
Ices
him
him.
just like that. So we got
That is like one of the craziest stories of the year. I think that might come close to the JP Morgan story in terms of wildness.
let's ask good old CSD what he thinks.
What's up, boys?
What's up,
Central?
dude?
Is the mic sound? I'm sitting out on my porch and the AC's going on in the background.
You
That
sound
sounds
great.
great.
All right. Where do you want me to start? I ran out of rum and coke, so now I'm drinking water.
Oh, wherever you want to, sir. The floor is yours. You want to go straight to red dots?
Well, Ken Hackathorn is. Oh boy, I need to be a good boy. Effing retarded.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
I only have one question for him, and that is, why are the vast majority of law enforcement agencies and gun companies flocking to red dots? Why is everyone doing this? And you, Ken, apparently knows better.
Yes.
Well, the thing I'll back that up with too is why are everybody in his organizations that he founded, IDPA and IPSC and USPSA, why is everybody shooting red dots in those practices?
Yeah, exactly. Why is the most popular category in PCSL and USPSA is either practical optics or carry optics?
Yeah.
I'm not a detective, but we call that a fucking clue.
Well, you're using your brain. You're using your brain, which is too much to ask these days.
Yeah, like, and I get some of it. Like, yeah, can optics break? Sure. Can batteries die? Sure. Can unicorns be real? Sure. But the future of now, old man. Come on, guy.
Yeah.
And it's like, and like, I'm a slight hypocrite here because my everyday carry gun is an M&P shield with irons. But it's like, I don't. I'm sorry, but like when I'm trying to cart my asshole 4-year-old around and my 1-year-old princess daughter who does nothing wrong, like, I don't. I'm sorry, but like it's a kissing distance gun.
Yeah.
I'm not seeking gunfights when I'm with my family. But I'm sorry, when I'm alone at work and backup is 35 minutes away, I want all of the advantages I can possibly have.
Right.
Exactly.
And yeah, and the other thing too is like, yeah, it is true. Two things can be true at the same time. Yes, most gunfights happen within, 5 yards or whatever the statistic is. Like,
7, I
yeah,
believe.
that's
Yep.
we can acknowledge that as true. Like, no one is disputing that.
Yep,
But
100%.
you can't just ignore the other percent of that, of, getting into a gunfight of farther than that. Like, God forbid you have to take a super accurate shot at 25 yards and you're not prepared for that.
Yep.
You're gonna trust your irons with that. Like, you better be more trained than most of us, right?
Yep.
Well, what about the Elijah Dickens story where he had to shoot his guy at like what 40 feet or something like that?
Which guy is that?
Elijah Dickens, the guy at the
Nope.
Indiana Mall,
He's gone.
he died.
He's
But
gone. He'll
the
come
guy that
back.
had to shoot the guy at the mall in Indiana, the little twink shooter. Remember?
Oh yeah, there was a whole drill named after him.
Yeah,
and
wasn't
everything.
that? I think that was at like 40 feet.
Yeah, didn't he take like one shot or something like that? It was crazy.
No, I think it was. I think it was like 10.
Is he back? Is he back?
He's
I'm
alive.
pushing buttons. I don't know what I'm doing.
He's
So.
button mashing. He's
That's why I
button
was no good
mashing.
at. That's why I was no good at Mario Kart. You just spam the buttons.
Dude,
So
that was
well.
that-
So
go ahead.
so perfect example. I've unfortunately been part of 4 OISs. Never been in like the guy that did the OIS, but part of 4 OISs in my career. One was kissing distance. The second one was like 5 feet. The third one was the third one was way out of line. It was 384 yards, and then the fourth one was like 15 yards.
Mhm.
So you're telling me that at any of those distances, red dots are just stupid. Get the fuck out
Right.
of here.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Are they perfect? No, not all the time, but
No,
nothing is perfect.
no.
Like you're not gonna find a perfect solution, but red dots, the advantages far outweigh the disadvantages at this point. It's like it's
100%.
indisputable.
Yeah.
And the only
And I
to
mean,
your point too, like why are officers switching to that or agencies switching to that? The only time they don't switch to it is because they don't have the funding to switch
Get new
over to
guns.
it. Like
yep.
if they could, they would.
Well, even agencies that are behind the times, or some of them are at least allowing guys to self-purchase.
Yeah,
Yes.
by their own.
But agencies who are refusing to do that are just so far behind the times.
Mhm.
I mean, there's the
Uh,
local sheriff's department where I'm at. They are stuck in Glock 22 days.
Yep.
40 cal Glocks, and
Yep.
thank God they finally made the decision. They're swapping to Walther PDPs and 9mm.
Oh, nice.
So, and they're going with Acro P2s. So,
Nice.
so I mean, but it only took them a decade.
Yeah.
Yeah, better late than never, I guess.
Right. I mean, if they are gonna switch to something, that's a decent setup.
Oh, it's a very good setup.
I know the Acros, at least the first gens that had some issues, but I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because there's some camps where like it's like kind of like the vert grip, like you're either over here of like you love the Acro, or you're
Mhm.
over here and like the Acro's a piece
you
of
hate
shit.
them.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't. Is it the best?
I'm
go
kind of
ahead.
indifferent. I'm kind of indifferent to them. Like I have,
Yeah.
I'm blanking on the name. It's basically like the newer version of the Acro, like whatever they had with the Glock, the
Oh, that works better.
primary or the A-cut or whatever it is. I'm totally blanking
Oh,
on.
the Koa.
Yeah, the Koa. Yeah, I don't know why.
Or you have a Koa.
That's
do
what
you
I'm
mean?
saying. Like, I have a Koa. I love it. Like, I don't have any problems with it, but like, I love it. But
So
I know like it's different than the Acro, but it's kind of like the same idea.
I'm scared of the Koa because I'm not overly thrilled with like this kind of like AK like nose in rock and lock, and
Yeah.
then the two screws of the rear sight being entrusted to hold all of that rearward force. So if I have to like rack a gun off a shield to clear a malfunction or over a holster and stuff like that, I don't, you know, and I have zero experience with the Koa, so I'm talking on my ass here. I'm Ken Hackathorning it,
Yeah.
but I,
Yeah,
I,
I mean, it makes
I just, it's,
it makes sense. I mean, at least
Mhm.
from a, like not coming straight up off, like the only failure point is backwards, like you're saying, of like, if you have to rack it off a, table, whatever,
Yeah.
that like shearing those screws off, like is
Yeah,
really the only
at
failure
least the
point.
Acro is like attached via like a mini Picatinny rail, basically.
Yeah.
And you've
Yeah.
got the recoil boss, which is like the screw or the built-in recoil bosses. So it's like,
Mhm.
okay, you lose a little torque on the screw, you still have recoil bosses
Mhm.
and the screw itself to help with that. And
Yeah.
like my previous agency, like I was part of the transfer from um, Glock 17s to Glock 45s with aim point acros. And it's like the whole reason we went with acros. Is it the best dot? No. Are
Mhm.
there better dots for better things? Yeah. Are SROs like a better comp dot? Sure. Are RMRs probably more rugged? Sure. But it's like, I don't care about best comp dot. I don't care about best this. I want the dot that's, yeah, it looks like a mailbox. Who cares? But it's bomb proof and it's gonna
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That
So
is the nicer, thing with the, mailbox style dots is like you have that enclosure so it's not like gonna trap stuff on the window like with the RMR where
Yeah.
I can totally see like, and I've had it before where like stuff will get like in the RMR from just being that little shelf. But with like the
yeah,
mailbox style, like you don't have to worry about it, which
and
makes it
I had to look at it in the sense of I'm not picking a dot that's for me. So like, oh, I'm gonna go shoot USPSA or PCSL. Like I get to pick the dot that I really like that's gonna work. That's gonna I'm gonna gamer it up. I'm gonna get like the
yeah.
super XL plus window dot. I gotta
You're not getting
I gotta pick. Go ahead.
the Comp Pro Max or whatever they're
Yeah,
calling it now.
yeah.
It's got like
I gotta.
it's
Well,
basically like we're gonna get to a point where people are just gonna start like mounting like EOTechs on their like handguns.
we're just gonna go back to aim point T2s mounted to
Yeah,
slides.
pretty much. Pretty much is where it's gonna end up.
Well, so I have to pick a dot where the guy in the agency who hates dots or hates guns, and I know is not going to take care of his equipment, I have to pick an optic that I know that guy can abuse and
Mhm.
not give a shit about. And so
Yeah.
when you like going back to the initial topic, when you have boomers going like, oh, these things don't work, these things are pieces of shit. I'm sorry, but it's like I treat my equipment like fucking dog shit,
Yeah.
and it runs. You
Yeah.
know, like I just had a range session with one of my part timers today, and he doesn't have a whole lot of experience with dots. He still runs an iron sighted gun, which is fine for him. And I was just like, yeah, like, and we probably racked my 47 with an acro on it probably 200 times off of a shield doing shield work today.
Mhm.
Big fucking deal. It still works.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other thing about that too is like I wonder how many of these like boomers or whatever they love to complain about like Tupperware guns and stuff like that, but like how many of them are like running like plastic sights like unbeknownst to them, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
most of the time these guns are coming with plastic sights because they're throwaway sights
Yeah.
on a lot of stuff, at least with Glock.
Yeah. And I get it. I mean, guess what? If irons work for you, bro, have
Yeah.
at it. This is America, buddy. We can do what we want. But
Yes.
but
Except for
I'm
criticize Israel.
oh yeah.
Yeah, you can't do that.
I need more rum. So but it's like, I'm sorry, but it's like, yeah, like if you want to preach that 2000s era GT3 racing cars were awesome and you love that, that's great. But no one is taking a 2000s era GT3 race car and racing it at Le Mans in 2026 and pretending that they're going to win, because they're just going to get dropped. And no one, Christian Seiler or Seiler, whatever, or Ben Stager, whoever, pick your favorite USPSA Grandmaster. They're not shooting iron-sighted guns. If they are, it's for shits and giggles because they want a GM in a different class. They are going to win matches with a dotted gun.
Yeah.
It's just that simple.
Yeah.
And it's, I mean, we're at the
unless you're
point
going, if you're going to USPSA to shoot production division exclusively, there you go.
I bought like six 10-round pro mags for my shield because I'm going to run it in like interleague indoor at WGC just for shits and giggles.
Bro,
It's
you
gonna-
should
it's gonna-
WC.
Yep. Yeah, I'm an hour away from WGC.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Which
Come on.
Bulldogs
Cent-
every Tuesday,
Central
dude.
Central Sands. Come on, man. Central Sands, Wisconsin. Come on.
Oh. Now it's
Dude, I don't
making
even know
sense.
where that is, and I've been here for like 10 years.
You have not. Well, yeah, you have probably now. I forget that we're getting close to UNC status here.
Yeah.
We're getting close.
Dude,
Oh, if you
my
guys are
dad
getting-
feels like UNC status some days, dude.
Well,
What's that?
if you guys are getting close, then I'm well there. This is Tika.
Oh, hi, Tika.
And then Lucy, where are you? Stand up. Come here.
Got the doggos.
There's Lucy.
Jax hasn't been down for the pod in a long time. He's
He's been away for a minute.
yeah, we're UNC status, but Jax is straight up Gramps status at this point. He's
I got 2 kids and I'm on my second house. So it's like I think I'm in UNC status at this point.
yeah, I think 30 is official UNC status to the
Oh, I'm well past
to
that.
the young crowd. And yeah. But
It's always it's funny talking with like some of the focus trip like stream people, and they're just like, man, life sucks. It's hard. Like fucking being 20 sucks. I was like, motherfucker, wait till you're 34.
yeah.
And everything hurts when you get
Yes.
out of bed.
Yeah, it's one thing for like the world to suck, and it's another thing for the world to suck, and your body just hurts from sleeping wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
I woke up the other day and my shoulder has been right for like the last 3 days. I'm like, I just
Yeah.
sleep kick my ass. Sleep kick my ass. Okay.
Or you're like in that stage of life where it's like, I can no longer eat like super medium rare steaks because it wrecks my stomach. I got to be in the medium or like almost well done category. So
I
Sucks.
I
haven't.
haven't gotten there yet, fortunately. That would make
Yeah.
me sad.
Yeah, dude,
it's
that's why I'm
Go ahead.
terrified of like the Bill Gates ticks, the Lone Star ticks that make you
Oh,
allergic to
yeah.
red meat. I'm like, dude, that would radicalize me to a point where like there might not be a return if I became allergic to red meat.
Wisconsin man loses shit. Right on CNN.
He throws
So
up
what's-
after eating steak and burns everything to the ground.
Local supper club burned to the ground after Wisconsin man.
Yeah.
Oh,
That could be considered a hate crime in Wisconsin, burning down supper clubs.
Oh, dude,
So,
Dude,
if,
it-
you know.
if
it could.
Ishnala goes, it's game over, dude.
Oh
dude.
yeah.
dude. Yeah, I'm going
Oh,
there
all
this
right.
weekend.
All right. Well, you just gave yourself up by saying Ishnala, so I got
That's
you.
true. That's true. We're yeah, it's a little bit of a drive for us, but actually, Mitch, you're not
I'm
that
pretty
far away
close.
from there. But
What were you gonna say? I interrupted you. My bad.
Oh, I was just gonna say. So, what's your thoughts on Ken also talking about like the bucket holsters? Like, what do you think he meant by that? Because I'm confused by that.
So I think he's talking about like the Safari Land, like 600, the 6Ks or 7Ks. You know, these big holsters that have to enclose a dot, enclose a light.
Didn't he say
I
something
mean,
about lights on his gun too? Because I saw
yeah.
that going
Oh my
around. Something
fucking
about like
That was a
not
couple
having.
years ago, or like last year. He's like, weapon lights are stupid.
You guys are gonna make me start yelling and waking up the neighbors 2 miles away. So Focus Trip didn't take the bait on Wednesday, and he's good because I was a little more intoxicated.
What'd you say? I don't know if I
Oh,
caught it.
I was just like, get me on the fuck. I said something. I was like, rage bait, sign me up right now. Like this,
Yeah.
you're fucking rage baiting me right
Yeah.
now.
Yes.
Because I've worked professionally in law enforcement since 2016, and I have always had a light on my gun. I'm sorry, but if we need, according to Wisconsin, we need weapon intent delivery system, acquisition, identification, isolation. How the fuck am I doing it when my surroundings look like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just the whole thing about that video is like and same thing with like full auto and FRTs and everything. It's like this stuff has been established for a long time. Like
Yeah,
we've been past this for at least 10, 15 years. Like
yeah.
how are we still talking about it? Like and that
It's
applies to
something to bitch.
rifles.
It's something to bitch about.
Yeah, pretty much. I
And
guess
it's like, and I get it. Like it's like, okay, cool. Like, can you have a flashlight? Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I carry a flashlight with me, like on duty and off duty. But guns don't always need to be pointed at people.
Yeah.
So, like I don't want to, like, and that's what cops, and that's what a lot of these boomer cops, and I don't know if Ken was a cop or not. I don't know. Because that's how much I give a fuck. But but it's like that's what happened back in the day. There are like horror stories where cops are just like, oh, this needs light. I'm just gonna point this, and people are getting guns pointed at them that don't
Yeah.
need guns pointed at them, and that's last time I checked, not a good thing.
yeah.
So I get it, but it's like, I'm sorry, if I can pick having two hands on the gun versus some weird FBI, stick hand under wrist, or this weird like, who did it? Was it Enforce? Where they had like the little like you flip it around your finger thing. You remember that?
It's the Thrime thing. Like they have
Yeah.
Yeah,
finger
that
Love
thing.
stupid
Defensive
fucking piece of
sends
shit.
their lights out with that too.
You're telling
And
me
it's
it's not a standard like procedure, dude. I don't know why my camera keeps doing this, but like to walk around like the
I can
COD,
do that. I just extend my arms.
Yeah, it's like the
Modern Warfare 2,
MW2 with the USP
like
and the tactical
with the knife, the
Yeah.
tack knife with your light situation. That's not
I clear
standard.
my local quick trip using that tactic.
Yeah. Well,
Did
you might
play
have to these
MW2
days.
back in the day?
I gotta do
You
this.
much
Oh,
of a gamer now?
oh my god. Yeah. I was there when the big red one invaded the beaches of Normandy.
If I may ask, how old are you?
I turned 34 in July.
Okay, you were probably like one of the guys like screaming at me, calling me like N-words and stuff on the
Prob-
post game
probably- Probably because I really sucked at video games, so that's all I had. That's all I had.
Oh, dude.
It was even funnier because when I was in the army back in the day, and we'd have a group of guys playing like I think it was BF3, and there's like
Oh, good game.
there's it's the map where the boat's sinking and there's the windmills in the background. It's like a chain of islands and stuff like that.
Oh, that's Battlefield 4. That's
I forget the name of that map.
I know what map you're talking about. That
And there could be like you trigger a bunch of events and the shark jumps out of the water and stuff like that.
Yep.
And there's like on one of the points is like out on a ship that's broken in half and stuff like that.
Yes.
Fucking hated that map. And so every
I love
time we
that
played
map.
that,
Dude.
every time I sucked. I don't know. I just psyched myself out. I hated that fucking map. And so every time we played, you could hear everybody just be like, "Oh fuck!" Like Ben's gonna be fucking swearing this whole goddamn match.
See, I love those naval maps in Battlefield 4 because I would just sit on the carrier with my L115 with the 40 zoom scope, and I would just snipe people
Oh, yeah.
on the other carrier.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that's probably who I was fucking screaming at.
Yeah, you're probably
because I
yelling
was
at Mitchell at some point.
it's like, you
At some point.
motherfucker!
Yeah.
You know,
You just
I'm
sit
trying
on
to
the
fly.
boat.
I'm gonna
Just
fucking
spawned.
ram you with a jet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get the kamikaze right into that boat.
That's
Oh,
one of the
dude.
best.
Holy shit, we went way off track.
We did.
Bucket
Where-
holsters.
Bucket
Oh
list.
yeah. So I don't know. Like, here's the problem: is the gun has to be kept safe.
Yeah.
Whether you're concealed carrying, whether you're on the range, like the this is the whole reason like SIG is having some of these problems allegedly because keys are getting into holsters. Um, because all of this other stuff. So it's like, I'm sorry, but like the gun has to be kept safe. And again, this is just an era of guys who oh shit, almost lost it there.
Uh-oh.
Fucking I spoke too bad about Israel. Almost fucking camp.
It was sick.
Heard
It
a
was
drone
sick.
flying overhead.
Yeah,
all
right.
the things that we watched on this stream tonight, the thing that's gonna get us taken off is talking bad about SIG.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So it's a sign. It's like it's a sign of the times where guys are just like, well, back in my day, and he even said it. It's like, it's like, oh, like we all knew it was coming. Like we went from revolvers to autoloaders, and we're never going back. Yeah, because if you're not constantly evolving, you are so far behind the power curve when it comes to what is going on in the real world. You're screwed. I'm sorry. I'm not patrolling my local jurisdiction in a horse. All right. I'm not writing tickets with it. I'm not writing tickets with a ticket book. I'm not running license plates by smoke signal. All right. Like we have technology. We need to keep up. Otherwise, you're so far behind the power curve that when your officers or whoever get into situations, you've what's the word I'm looking for? You've hamstrung them, and they're going into situations with inferior equipment.
Yeah.
Yep. And I was gonna say
Go ahead.
that's how I was gonna like kind of tie this into like the beginning of the podcast we were talking about, with Lucas, and it seems like there's like different divisions of Guntube where you have like competition guys, you have like the LARP guys, you have the guys who are just gun guys, and you have guys like you who are in LE and have like experience in like LE and stuff like that. And like everyone hates each other. And it's like we can kind of just like take things from one another. Like,
Yeah.
people talk crap about competition guys. Like, yes, are you going to run a gamered out comp gun in a real life, situation? Probably not. It probably has some deficiencies in some places.
Yeah,
But
I don't use my SIG P211 with a comp and my 507K to carry my 19X.
Yeah.
They're also like, whether you want to debate about it or not, they're also the best shooters in the world. I mean, that's kind of like the whole point. Like, there's some things that we can learn from those guys. There's some, they're more efficient at certain things. Like,
Why do you think people pay attention to Ben Stoker? Like, his YouTube is like basically zero production quality, and he gets so much engagement and people hang on his every word because he is one of the best shooters on the planet.
yes,
Yeah,
he is.
And
like
I think it just breaks it. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I was just gonna make a joke, but
People get into this tribal mentality of, okay, I like X YouTuber, I like Y YouTuber, so we're in those YouTube camps, or I am. They people like to identify with a crowd. They like to be in the in crowd, or they like to be part of that clan. Nobody wants to be the loner kid at lunch, right? Everybody wants to be in an in group, and it's just like, but this is reality. We can do multiple things.
yeah,
And it's like, yeah, do I spend like today, like, yeah, like none of the stuff I did today at the range was performance based. It was reality based because that's like the reality of what some of the stuff that we get into is.
Mm.
mm-hmm.
But I can also go to Tuesday night club match and burn down a bunch of USPSA targets and be like, oh man, that really sucked. I need to go dry fire more. Yeah,
Yeah.
we can do both.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's it. It comes under like products too, because like going from my old duty belt or whatever you want to call it, the belt that I just use for, something that I'll probably never use in actual real life or anything other than probably going to matches, to like a newer version, which is like kind of more adapted towards like the competition, where it's just lighter. You have the ability to cant your mags. It's still like duty rated or whatever, but it's just lighter and it's easier to use. Like there's more, it's just better. It's not this old heavy thing that just you have molly attachments around the whole outside and that's basically all you get. It's like, okay, most of us are not going to Ukraine and we don't need like the like poles or whatever that's stuck in the side of the belt that goes up into your plate rig. Like it doesn't need to be some structural thing. Like there's pieces and parts that, everyone can learn for each other or learn from each other. Like
Exactly.
everyone's like scared of like honest discussion. Like they just refuse to acknowledge that like there's things that can be learned from all different, sections of the gun industry.
Yeah, and it's the reality is, can I go shoot a match in my duty belt? Yeah, but it's going to be cumbersome because that's not what it's designed for,
Mhm.
right? It's designed for the reality of everyday LE work. Can I go shoot a match in like my SWAT call out belt? Yeah, it's going to be worse because it's racked full of stupid shit that has nothing to do with shooting a match.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
can I go shoot a match in my USPSA belt? Absolutely. I'm going to have a wonderful time because all
Yeah.
it's chocked with is magazines and a holster.
Yep. That's
So
it.
it's like again, like the whole like, oh, we gotta have one for everything or one gun for everything or one vertical grip for everything. You can have multiple things, but if you only got to have one thing, you have to make compromises,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
If you want the gas mileage, okay, get the Toyota Prius. You want the performance, get the Formula One car. You want to do everything okay, get the Toyota Tacoma. But then you have to make compromises.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's hilarious. And like there's a lot of slop too, where it's like, and we're all guilty of it, like the doomsday, scenario that's all in our brains. It's like, when most people like talk about that stuff, most people fail to realize it's probably not going to happen like that. Like you're not going to be setting up a, perimeter around your property. You're not going to have like a, overwatch with a belt fed, on a tower, just like waiting for all the invaders to come to your house. Like it's just not going to happen like that. Like and really like with the FRTs, like Focus Trip talked about it today, is like if that situation does happen, are you really going to be worried about laws? You know what I mean? Like it, who cares?
Yeah. Are you really ready to expend your entire allotment of ammo in about 37 seconds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
I tell you what, I will if there's a cyclist that goes past my house, dude. I hate cyclists. I'll risk it all to get one cyclist.
Oh my God.
If it all goes to hell tomorrow, dude, I'm taking one cyclist with me.
Oh, shit. I had a rant the other day about a cyclist, and I can't remember who I said it to or what I said, but it was freaking hilarious. And it was just like, now I'm pissed that I can't think about it. Now you've made me angry. Now I can't think about the hilarious,
Dude,
the hilarious.
it's a total trigger for me, dude. When I like my wife, it's a joke with my wife. She knows like I just hate like people who bike on the road because they're just inconsiderate, just pieces of garbage, just taking up the whole road. And
Yeah.
just Bad people. But
It's funny because I have to call out my dad here because my dad's one of those people, and it's like you realize that just because you're on a bike, that does not mean you can blow the stop sign at 25 miles an hour across a fucking state highway. Like
yeah,
you do realize this,
yes.
you know.
And dude, I have people in my family too that are like, you know, they bike places and like it's all in good fun, but like it's all in good fun until I get like stuck behind a group of like 4 of them and they take up the entire road. I'm like, all right, dude, it's taking a lot of you know, brain power for me to not just mow all 4 of you down right now. Just get out of the way, dude.
A number of years ago, when I was working for a sheriff's department at the time, there was a road that I was driving on. It was, you know, very beautiful road. So of course, you know, you're going to want to bike down it, and it's hilly and curvy. So a perfect bike cycling road, right? Something you'd want to bike down. I'd want to bike down it. But it's like we're not going to bike like 9 wide down this road as I come up over the hill in a blind curve and almost get like triple kill, like as I fucking plow through these people.
Dude.
Like, and so like I lock the brakes up, whip the lights on. I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
Dude.
And it's like, guys, do you realize that like I can hit a deer at 90 miles an hour with this brush guard and do nothing?
Yeah.
And it's like your carbon fiber fucking sticks are not going to survive this.
Dude, that's it. That's exactly my experience because I have like I kind of live out like in a rural area, and like my dad lives close by, and we take the kids over to see him like once a week. And the road that we take to get to his house is the same way. There's a hill, and then there's a curve right after it. And
surprise, Wisconsin is hilly and curvy. It's like the glaciers, I don't know, drop a shit ton of rocks here millions of years ago.
There's always people biking on this road, and they come into the middle of the road over the hill, and like I've almost hit like at least on 3 different occasions, like hit a biker going in the middle of the road over the hill. I'm like, you guys want to die. Like there's no other explanation for this.
Well, it's stop signs apparently, I don't know, like they can't read because they just blow right through them.
Oh yeah. And it's
because the gay sunglasses they wear.
It's the hand signals. It's the hand signals that get me. It's like these smug mother effers, dude, with their hand signals. I can't stand it. Can't stand it. Happy Pride Month to you cyclists out there.
That's awesome. I love it.
I'm starting a trend. Total cyclist disenfranchisement.
Dude, the current bane of my existence is the kids on the fucking e-bike right now. Those are worse.
Oh.
Every township I follow, every township near me's police department that I follow on Facebook has made a post within the past month. Hey, keep your kids and their e-bikes off of the street.
It's terrible. And it's like I hate to go off a fucking rant at 10:28 p.m., but it's like, first off, I have to admit, I would do exactly what these kids are doing if I was their age.
Of course.
Because I was doing it on ATVs and dirt bikes, you know. Yes. But it's just like, guys, the village park is not your personal Travis Pastrana playground. You know, like go. We're called the Central Sands for a reason. There are plenty of farm fields and farm roads. All right, have at her. Yeah. But it's just like, like a kid blew through town earlier today, and he blew right through an intersection. So it's our main drag through town that runs north-south, and that bisects a state highway. Blew right through that intersection, and it's just like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
and it's like kids. It's kids being kids. No, and it's just like what is it going to take? Is it going to take me taking your $2,000 e-bike and then your parents cussing me out?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and it's I don't want to do that because I don't want to be like a fun sucker. But at
Yeah.
the same time, it's like I write people in cars to 200 some odd dollar tickets when they blow through intersections and cause pileups.
Yeah.
So how are you any different?
Yeah.
Right.
The shit sandwich is there's no like state law in Wisconsin on it. It's federal law. So municipalities and counties are having to scramble to pass ordinances
Mhm.
for. So that's the shit sandwich. Rant done.
Well, while we're ranting, Boltlock wants to hear some rants, and I'm curious, and you don't have to go down this road if you don't want to. But we just
Oh,
watched
boy.
a video about the DEI hires of the police force.
Oh yeah,
And if
this
you
is
have
actually perfect.
If
We
you have
gotta-
any insight to that,
Oh gosh, would you look at the time? I really have to go, guys.
and you, yeah, you don't have, you certainly don't have to answer because we know you could, if you don't want to for not getting in trouble, you don't have to. But
This will eventually show up in court eventually. Fuck
yeah,
it. So I've already.
don't
So
worry, we got plenty of hours of footage of us where it's
yeah.
over for us.
we'll all be in court
Yeah.
together. We'll hold hands.
So
Yeah,
I have to preface that situation. Obviously, I wasn't there. We don't have all the information. We don't have all the facts. And I hate to be the guy because I I hate to be the fucking guy that's like I've been there, I've done that. But I've been in some of these situations where as you're responding something, you're told blue, but it's red. Or they say left, but it's right. And you're told the completely wrong thing, and then you show up and you're like, what the fuck is going on? I have
Mhm.
no clue what's going on. I have been misled. And then especially officers in these situations. Maybe they got great information. Cool, soy boys at it again with an SKS and airsoft camo. Okay, maybe they got perfect information. Like, is that officer? We don't know. Is it her literal first day on the job? There was a guy many, many years ago. His first day on FTO, his very first call was a kid that got ran over by a car that missed like swerved to miss a bus and chose to take the ditch. And the ditch happened to be where the kids were getting on the bus and ran over a family of kids. That was his
Oh.
first
Oh.
call, day one FTO. So it's like that's the shit sandwich that you just got handed day one. We
Yeah.
know how long she's been on the force, and so I'm gonna go off on a tangent here. Like Wisconsin, or pretty much nationwide, like use of force or how situations are judged is based on what I think you guys might have heard this, or it's called the totality of the circumstances. So like if you guys are ever in a self-defense shoot, it's the totality of the circumstances of self-defense. Like, did you reasonably believe you were in imminent fear of death, great bodily harm, blah, 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 blah. Well, the totality of the circumstances, do I judge a day one officer the same that I judge a 10-year officer? Absolutely not. Because the 1-year officer only knows what they know from the academy and what they've been provided in their like field training program. Oh shit, my fire's hot. Take my feet away from that.
Yeah,
I'm ranting hard enough. Yeah, my
don't light
freaking hey
yourself
dude,
on fire.
hey, freaking burning the hey dudes. So like, can we judge someone who has 1 year of experience the same as someone who has 10 years of experience? Absolutely not, because they haven't had those experiences that a 10-year veteran has. Just like is a year one rookie in Formula One going to have as much experience as a 10-year veteran? Absolutely not. So we don't know that officer's situation. So I don't want to immediately be like, she's a woman. Like I don't want I don't want to do that because we don't have all the facts, and that's unfair to her
Yeah.
to put her in that situation. and I'm not like withholding, like I'm not trying to be nice here. I'm trying to be very fair because I've been in the situation where I've had my use of forces like looked at, and then I've also been in the different boat where I've had to judge use of forces and be like, yes, I agree, no, I don't.
Mm.
And there's a lot of information that goes into kind of parsing out what happened in those situations. Is what happened okay? Fuck no. But
Well, it depends on how you look at
yeah,
it. Okay, all right.
look
We
at the
don't
time we
need to
gotta
get
go.
on that road.
Yeah, you really
Keep
want me
my
to get
mouth
fucking
closed,
fired,
please.
dude?
All right,
Yeah, exactly.
sorry.
Please do.
I
Yes.
had to throw it in. I had to throw it in. It was right there. I'm sorry. Continue.
So like there's like when you look at shootings, you can, there's lawful good shootings. Like, okay, you're in the convenience, you're in the the kid that shot the active shooter in the mall. That guy's name. What's his
Yeah.
name? The
Which one
Elijah
are you talking about?
Dickens.
the Dickens guy. Okay, that is a lawful good shooting, right? It was a great shooting. It was 100% lawful. But then you can have lawful awful shootings where, based on the totality of circumstances, based on the person's perception, it was reasonable for them to believe that they needed to defend themselves with deadly force,
Mm,
because we can't judge a situation on 2020 hindsight, Monday morning quarterbacking, and 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 35th floor elevation sky high footage. We
mhm.
have to judge the shooting based on the totality of the circumstances of the officer that was known at the time, who has the same training and experiences and knows all the same facts of that officer in the same position.
Mhm.
So if I had all the same facts at the same time, is there a possibility that homeboy randomly pops around the corner and scares the fucking shit out of me and I think I'm about to get shot by this guy?
Yeah, I mean, in her defense,
You
if
know,
you are just in the moment of when that happened, like you can see,
see if I flip this is gonna really we really done dickered. Oh, there we go.
like if you just look at the moment where she does, shoot the guy who is running to cover, like if you look at just that moment, like you can see how it happens from her perspective. I think the thing that people would point out and complain about would be, and this is in Canada too, so like we
Yeah.
have to
They
remember
probably
their
have far less training than even U.S. cops do.
Oh my
right,
gosh. US cops have such on average,
Mhm.
such
yeah,
minimal training. I can only imagine what Canada cops are.
Yeah.
right. So we have to keep that in mind as well. But I think the whole looking at it from like 10,000 foot view, like maybe even, you know, literally we're looking at it from a bird's eye view, but she's like hiding behind cover, just looking straight at the wall, zero
Yeah.
situational awareness. And so I think that'd be the first thing that someone would point out. And like you said, she could be first day on the job. You have no idea. But I think people would point out like the training aspect of the
Yeah.
standards. And
Yeah.
maybe
And
you could talk to us about that aspect from your point of view as a cop, like in the training, the minimal amount of training that we get in America.
uh 24 hours. That's I can't speak to other states. I can speak to Wisconsin, because I'm a certified instructor. But Wisconsin requires all law enforcement 24 hours of training every year. All right. I didn't say what kind of training. So you are required every year to qualify. That's it. So an agency could shoot one time, qualify their officers, and be like, we have done our yearly qualification. We're good. Um, Now, granted, case law says that we have to train certain things like decision making, low light shooting, those, like those kinds of things. There's Supreme Court cases that like guys made poor decisions while shooting, or poor decisions while like during low light. So those case laws require us to train that.
Mm.
But the state just says, hey, you got to qualify with your handgun every year. So there were times where I shot maybe once, twice a year. That was it. One time was to qual. Another time was maybe like a night shoot. That's it. And that's 4 hours of firearms training. That is it. The other 20 of it might be okay. I go and I learn how to, what ARIDE. ARIDE stands for Advanced Roadside Impairment. Yeah, I think that's what it stands for. But basically, it's like it makes you a better like drunk driver, drug investigator, like through traffic stops. Okay, there's a course on that. All right, I gotta get taser certified. So there's another 8 hour, or there's another 4 hours. Oh, I gotta do it's not DAT anymore, it's called POS, but like principles of subject control. It's like the how to properly handcuff, how to properly take someone to the ground, like fight with people basically. All of that has to get trained sometimes on a yearly basis or every other year, depending on what it is. So all that gets wrapped up into minimum officer training, and firearms sometimes gets taken a backseat because what is the most expensive?
Yeah.
Firearms
Right.
training.
Firearms. Officer salaries and firearms,
Mm.
because you're paying them overtime to be there, and bullets aren't cheap.
In your experience, how much extra training do officers typically do, outside of their required stuff, or what percentage of officers do extra training? Pretty much nobody.
Very, very few. Most law, it is getting better. It is drastically better than when I started in 16, but still most cops do not go out of their way to go train outside of work. So like in my example, in my situation, like there are not a whole lot of cops that, cool, on their Tuesday night are going to go shoot a USPSA match for funsies, because the vast majority of cops are not gun people. The vast majority of cops are cops for whatever reason. They want to help people, they want to investigate crime. NCIS look fucking cool on TV, whatever reason. All right.
Yeah.
The vast majority of them. I mean, my prior agency, it was a small agent. There were two guys out of a 30-man agency that if they weren't statutorily required to carry a gun, they would not have carried a gun.
Really?
They weren't gun people.
That's crazy.
And it's like, okay, so how do I get that person when I'm training and teaching firearms? How do I get that person to care? And how do I build a lesson plan that doesn't bore the absolute fuck out of my high performing guys, but also builds up my low performer?
Yeah.
So that's where law enforcement training can get really, really gay, because it's just like, hey, we have to. It focuses on the basics. It isn't. It's like in my entire 10-year career so far, no one has ever talked about like shooting doubles or levels of confirmation in dots, or how to how to target transition, like lead with the eyes, let the gun, no, because that's not what law enforcement firearms training is. Most of what law enforcement firearms training is this. Check in the box.
Yeah.
We have to meet the statutory minimum requirements, and we're good.
What are those quals like?
What you could right now pick any handgun that you own and go. You could pick any handgun that you own, full size, subcompact. Go shoot Wisconsin's qual right now in whatever condition you want, and you would pass it probably no questions asked.
I've done it before with one of the instructors for Madison PD, and absolutely blew it out of the water.
Yeah. For funsies, I shot it completely left-handed one year.
Oh my goodness.
Another
Because here's the thing is because again, this is cops. Hey, I've passed the qual, right? I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
No, the
Mm-hmm.
qual is the bare minimum standard. It is I don't know. I'm so far removed from high school. It used to be 70% was like the D minus. You
Mhm.
know, the qual is the 69.9%. It is the absolute bare minimum standard to show minimum levels of proficiency. That's it.
yeah.
That's
I think
pretty wild.
another thing too that gets lost is like something that you guys deal a lot with is like, combatives. Wrestling drunk people. We got a lot of drunk people here in Wisconsin.
No.
We get a lot of drunk people, a lot of people on drugs and stuff like that. And like fighting and stuff, like the amount of videos I've seen, body cam videos that I've seen of officers trying to put handcuffs on somebody and they just do not know how to control them.
Yeah. It's
we have-
it's harder than you think.
It is harder than you think, and I've been doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for like 6.5 years, and we have a handful of cops at my gym, from different agencies in the area, and it's like they tell me, dude, it is like actually a night and day difference. Just training this for like a year, 6 months, it has changed how I do work. And he's like, I've been trying to get my buddies to come. Some of them are stubborn. Some of them do end up showing up. I mean, we host LE only events at the gym to get more LEO officers to, come in and train because it is such a crucial skill for you guys that would impact and benefit you guys so much. Yeah, so I think that's another thing too, is like just learning how to control people and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, but it's one of those things. So this rolls right back into use of force. There's this thing called officer subject factors, which is the state's very fancy way of saying if you're a 4'5" female that's 110 pounds soaking wet trying to arrest some 6'5" jack dude, like your ability to use force on that guy is significantly less than a dude who's 6'5" trying to arrest a 4'5" female. So the how that use of force is judged is different.
Right.
Like last week, like I had to wrestle with like a 6'5" black dude, and yeah, like that wasn't a whole lot of fun. I'm not the peak of physicality and like tallness. All right, I got Swiss jeans. We're fucking short. All right, so like. But it's like, all right, cool. Like, yeah, cool. I have friends. I have friends with badges and guns with me. Like, cool. We can use, strength and numbers here to like safely and like not try and slam this guy into the ground, and arrest him. But yeah, go back to the topic. It's very rare for cops to go outside to pay on their own dime and their own time to go to trainings outside. Because a lot of I don't want to categorize it as all, but it's a lot of cops are just like sometimes it could be twofold. The agency will be like, if we think you need it, we'll send you to it, and then cops will get into a mentality of, well, I don't need it because the agency isn't sending it to me, but I'm not doing it on my own time and my own dime because like I have better things to spend my time and money on. And I can't blame them.
Right.
Like I can't blame them. Like they're already working, 84-hour pay periods or 80, whatever their schedule is. They're already fucking busy. They want to piss off to Florida, for family vacation for spring break, not burn a week of vacation to go to XYZ combative school or XYZ CQB school.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That leads to another question from me anyway, is like we see like a lot of politics like that come from these big cases or whatever. Like everyone has an opinion on everything that happens, like every single time you see officer involved shooting or anything that happens with the officer, like, is that something that you think drastically negatively affects like officers on a daily basis of trying to avoid certain situations or overthinking or basically
Um,
changing the way they think about going into a situation because they know if they do something to a certain demographic that it is going to turn into some major national news and ruin their lives, like aka Derek Chauvin.
yeah, yeah. Don't get me started on children. Um, the the issue is most cops. Sorry, I was grabbing a charger for my phone. Um, most cops aren't overly concerned with national politics and the bullshit with that. Obviously, does it impact on a national level, like how like law enforcement is observed? Sure, but at the end of the day, what governs how guys and gals act is department policy, and state constitutions. So from like that aspect, whether you know, because different states, for example, like California or different states will have different rules on like how officers use force. So how someone does something in California doesn't really affect me in Wisconsin because California's rules are different than Wisconsin's. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So and then perfect example from this is because Wisconsin is pretty much unified on use of force. You guys probably have no clue what this is, but LexiPol is like a huge like government policy writer. Like pretty much everybody uses LexiPol to write their department policies. Use of force, the definition of deadly force. It's pretty much copy and pasted through everybody. Um, so like the definition of deadly force doesn't change throughout the state. You know, de-escalation or totality of circumstances, that stuff doesn't change. And so like what happens in a different state really has no bearing on me because as long as I'm following this state constitution, state law, and my agency's policy, I should be good. And then as long, hopefully, you have
right.
an agency that backs you on these decisions.
Yeah, I was more or less trying to like, I don't know, because you see this every now and again, like you're saying, like there's
Yeah.
a a standard that
Mhm.
agencies go by, and it for the most part you'll see something where it's like, okay, well that tracks with most other use of force like cases that I've seen before, but it
Mhm.
turns into this national media thing where it just gets a spotlight on it because of pick a reason,
Yep.
some demographic picks it up and it becomes national media, and you'll see like agencies will, it seems like sometimes they'll just bury or they'll you know basically stick a officer out to dry to get the
I,
light
yep.
off of that situation. I was more or less as
Yep.
like, is that something that is negatively affecting police officers when they go into a situation, or is it like kind of something where you try to teach guys like you can't think about that stuff, you got to just do your job?
Yeah. Day to day, you just got to do your job. Like you have to hope that you do your job, you do it well. Your agency is going to back you. Um, but I've unfortunately seen toxic leadership where guys who are not aggressive, like in use of force, like, oh, you're playing loud music, I'm gonna tase you and then slam you into the fucking concrete. Not like that aggressive, but like hey, they go out and hunt drunks, because
Yeah,
that's we know like that's bad. It's like OWI is not good. We're in Wisconsin.
yeah,
Yeah.
They go out and hunt drugs. well, you have to be aggressive to do that. But so sometimes I don't want to say you're bending the rules, but you're trying to push to get into cars and search cars, or you're trying to, okay, like there's a bar down this street. There's only two ways to get home from this bar. So if I park at this intersection or this intersection, who's driving past me at 2 a.m.? The drunks, you know.
Yeah.
And so agencies will like, hey, we don't like that you're doing that, so we're gonna hang you out to dry on some of these cases. You can't think about that because I've seen guys who will, like, for an OWI, for example, they arrest a guy for OWI. The guy gets a really high flung attorney. There's a guy in Wisconsin. His name's Dennis Malowski. He's the guy to get if you get an OWI. That is the guy to get for OWIs. Free tip. Um, and and guys have gotten crucified on the stand by him.
Hold on, how do you
because
spell his name?
Dennis Malowski.
Let me write that down.
I think
Sorry.
he's not. I think if you just type in like best Wisconsin OWI lawyer, he'll
You
probably
just-
pop up in
yeah,
Google.
he's like a 5-star review. He's like the
Yeah.
guy.
He is really good at what he does, and it's part of the game. But I've seen guys get absolutely eviscerated on the stand, or have heard about it, because it's their second or third OWI. They're still learning, and he just rips them apart. And then they're gun shy, stopping drunks because they're scared that if they stop another drunk, the drunk runs to Dennis Malowski, pays $20,000, and eviscerates him on the stand again, and then they get off on their OWI and they look like an idiot on the stand. And we as people like to pretend like we know what we're doing. Cops don't like admitting that we're wrong. Cops like to look good all the time, and we don't like to look like idiots. And that hurts our ego, especially if we're trying to be big baddie two shoes. So that can, like, bad experiences can definitely impact shit that goes on, like the Minnesota riots and stuff like that, or like the Waukesha riots, like that. But I guess I'm tunneled vision because I've only worked super rural law enforcement, so I've only worked places that are super pro law enforcement and like super like, oh, like, so and so county got into a shooting and shot this guy. All right, well, like, yeah, we're gonna back them because, like, they're not just shooting people for no reason.
You guys have a good track record, and they trust that
We
you
have a
make
good
good decision.
we have a good track record. Where I worked, like the situation I gave up, or like earlier, like where there's this 6'5" black guy that I was arrested the previous week. Like, he am I allowed to, like, curse? Or I have been cursing.
Yeah,
But
let her
but,
fly,
like,
dude.
We're past
yeah,
2 hours. You can say whatever
as
you need.
Yeah,
whew.
yeah.
So like, as we were arresting him, he said, like, oh, you like beating up on Rodney Kingers, you niggers. And it's so, like, he was saying that as we were taking him into custody for trying to pass a bad $1,900 check at one of the banks local to us, and we caught him doing it. And it's like, well, like, dude, like, first, like, the bank manager called you in because, one, like, you're not from around here. Two, like, you guys tried to do this yesterday and we figured it out. So now you're here again today. Three, we call that a clue. So it's like, and the check's in your wallet, buddy.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but it's just like, so he's screaming all these things, trying to get a rise. Oh, you're hurting me. Oh, you're hurting me. Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, buddy, all we're trying to do is take these cuffs off and put these cuffs on so you can go into this county squad car and get out of my squad car because I don't want to be responsible for you anymore. And you're screaming, racial slurs and profanities at us for absolutely no reason. All we wanted to do was just change cuffs on you and put you in a different car. We're trying to be as nice as possible, and yet you're screaming these profanities. Then ultimately, he fights and we shove him into the car, and some local librarian comes out of the library, and some lovely little old lady who just heard this god awful language. And she's like, what is going on? Like, I heard all this. And we're like, he tried passing a bad $1,900 check at the bank and he resisted and fought with us. So we had to put him into the ground. And she's like, Yeah, sounds about right. Have a great day. And goes back into the library.
Yeah.
And it's like cool. It's like when you have a good relationship and trust built, like I've explained it to like people. It's like you cash in, you put trust into like the trust savings bank with your communities. And
Yeah.
then when shit hits the fan, you make that withdrawal, you take out some of that trust, and you like, trust me, like the situation is being handled correctly. And the
Yeah.
communities will go, yeah, we trust you,
Yeah.
you know.
It,
And so
it's
that's
it's amazing how, like you said, like being in a rural area, there's a lot more of that. It's a lot more higher trust society. Like, oh, we lost him again. But where I was going with that is like I've heard horror stories of oh, I lost him completely. I'll resend him.
His phone might have died.
Yeah, I'll just shoot him another oh, he's back. He's back. He's back. He's back.
my
I was just
bad,
gonna shoot
guys.
you another I was just
Only
gonna
the
shoot
most
another link.
only the most professional video quality videomanship here.
Oh,
So
this, I mean, look at Mitchell's background right now. He's in like the Church of Far Cry 5 right now. We're not professionals here. But where
but
I
yeah,
was
I got
going,
what you're. I sort of heard what you're saying before it yeeted me off the stream.
it's just like you have more of that high trust society in rural areas, and I've heard like horror stories about like, obviously I'm in Wisconsin, so like the capital is Madison. Like I've heard horror stories about, the politics and everything that goes on behind closed doors, and not to mention like people watching the news and all the
Yeah.
crazy people in big cities. Anytime they already have a preconceived notion about cops or people doing police work automatically before they
I
even
think the
see
big
anything, and then as soon as something
exactly
happens, they're already putting that into the situation, making your job way harder.
the big difference that I can explain to people between like what rural law enforcement does versus like big city law enforcement is there is a very high probability. Let's say you have to have contact with a big city law enforcement officer. The statistical likelihood that you will ever see that guy again or guy or gal again is very minimal in a big city. You know, their badge number 5837 because there's 1,000 of those dudes. Like in Dane County, there's a crap ton of people in Dane County. There are a crap ton of cops. Rightly so, because it is a massively populated area, right? But versus where I work at 8 p.m. when I went off duty, there were in 700 square miles.
Yeah, that's like where we grew up. Like when I was in high school, like
Mm-hmm.
we knew the cops on like a name basis. Like we knew
Yep.
where certain cops were gonna be. So like if we were like gonna go to a house party, we knew which roads we weren't gonna drive down when we were leaving said house party. And like but you knew there were certain times where, if you end up in a situation where you're talking to a dude, he knows you, he knows your parents, and he's kind of like, hey dude, you're being a jackass right now.
But the big difference in that is like, okay, I'm officer 538 whoever, and I come in contact with you guys, and I'm in a massive municipality or a massive jurisdiction. Cool. Guess what? Oh, you screwed him out of $500 because you shorted him on the Xbox sale. Guys, I don't fucking care. Like, exchange money and fuck off. There are 30 pending calls. I do not fucking care about your petty disagreement right now. I gotta go. There's 2 homicides pending and like 6 sexual assaults pending. I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
So you're never gonna see that guy again. And they're, not saying they're gonna be assholes, but I've seen call screens of big agencies, and it's like, holy shit, there's like 100 calls pending. What the fuck are you guys doing? And they're like, you just go to a call, you take the call, you go to the next one. You go to a call, you take the call, you go to the next one.
Yeah.
And it's just like how do you like have a decent conversation with someone? I spent an hour and a half at our local park where they were doing girls softball tonight. And you know what? I bullshitted with like 30 different people. Nobody
Yep.
called me. Nobody called me by my professional title. It was Ben.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what? So what?
Yeah.
I'm personable. I know them. You know, and it's like cool. Like if I, we Bill is a hypothetical. If I'm an asshole to Bill and mistreat Bill or slam Bill into the pavement or I'm an asshole to him for no reason, that's going to spread like wildfire. And that community trust that I've put in the piggy bank is just going to get smashed and all put away
Yeah.
because I completely lost it. You
Yeah.
know, that's where I think like you don't see a lot of these issues with rural law enforcement because like they're accountable to the community.
Yeah. There's still the white pill here is that there is still pockets of society that are high trust. And the thing that is scary is those pockets are disappearing. Like even like towns close to where I live, like I've heard like crazy, like, police stories like growing up about like being in Detroit and it sounding like the Wild West and growing up and knowing cops that work in towns that are like right next to where I live. And it sounds the same as those stories. They're going to calls on a daily basis. There's like shootings happening daily. And it's just like, it's scary to think about like where things are trending and how those pockets are disappearing.
Yeah, you guys have a job that I do not envy whatsoever. I mean, I respect it a lot, but I do not envy it.
Well, I'm super blessed because I've always worked in the area that I was like born and raised, and I've refused to go outside of that area. So like when I was going through the academy, I got hired part time somewhere. Then my local sheriff's department worked there. Switched to another sheriff's department because a fucking asshole buddy conned me into going there. And then my hometown offered me a job at my hometown. It's like, well, how can I not
Right.
work for my hometown that like that's where I was born and raised. You
Right.
know,
Yeah.
Yeah, you know
the same.
everybody, and they know
Yep, I
you.
know, I know everybody. I'm personable. I know not necessarily the politics, but it's just like I know everybody, and it's kind of that like, oh, like give back to the community, but it is truly to give back to the community. Like
Yeah.
Well, it's the
I
protect
I
and
get to help.
serve element of it.
Exactly.
That's
I get to
the title
protect
of
and
the
serve the
job.
community. Yep. I get to protect and serve the community that protected me and raised me when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get to give back.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. It's super
it
fun.
it's wild how the concept of that is, fading, it feels like in a lot of areas, and it's something that we should hold on to.
Well, law enforcement has drastically changed in
Mhm.
many decades because gone are the days where you have officers working for agencies that it's like here's Rod who's worked for the same agency for 32 years and then he retires. Oh, there's Bill. He worked for his local home, sheriff's department for 28 years and then retired. A lot of cops are jumping. They'll get
Mhm.
hired somewhere, and then somewhere else will be like, "Hey, you want to make $5 an hour more, and you get a take home squad car?" They're gone.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Well,
It's
that's kind of how it is with basically all the job market at this
yeah.
point. Like
yep,
nobody's
Right.
staying,
yep,
loyal to, whether it be companies or departments or whatever you have.
And
But
how
yeah,
could you in like the economy the way that it is? Like
yep,
it's
an
hard
extra
to.
$5 more, that's a good incentive.
Yeah, and if
yep.
you look, like I've talked about this with my wife because my wife works in like I guess you would call it public service or whatever, but it's just dealing with general public. It's just you know she's works in the dental field, and she did the same thing where it was like she had to jump jobs, and if you like look at the statistics, like people who stay at the same place for their entire career, like if they stay in at one company forever, they like miss out on insane amount of money if they just, jump to whoever gives them more money an hour,
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like a lot of agencies now, like Wisconsin State Patrol, never used to offer lateral transfer programs to law enforcement, and then they started hurting for people, and then they're like, "Hey, you wanna, I don't know, lateral transfer and make like $55 an hour? You get to keep your same, like, oh, you have 6 years experience here, cool. We'll transfer you at 6 years experience, and in 2 more years, you top out at the maximum amount of dollars."
I had a
And it's
buddy
like,
who was in State Patrol. He did the same thing. He was working down here, and he just went up to
yep,
Rice Lake. Same
yep.
deal. Yeah.
And it's like, I'm sorry, but man, like money talks. Like you're doing the same job. It's the same stuff. People are going to follow the money and whoever pays more. And it sucks
Mhm.
because it's like these small municipalities that, there's like municipalities that are like 600 people or 1,000 people who like love their small village police departments or their small city police departments, where they only got like 3,000 people
Mhm.
are hurting because they can only pay their guys like $23 an hour or $28 an hour. And all
Yeah.
of a sudden, some agency in Madison's like, hey, you breathe and you have some experience. How's $48 an hour sound? And they go,
Mhm.
holy shit,
Yeah.
and they're not
Mhm.
and they're not tied to the community. They have,
Right.
they have nothing rooting them to the community. They're like, yeah, I'm gone.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah. And it's crazy to see the only places where you have like not the only places, but more and more you see police departments and agencies like that going with communities or like certain communities popping up of people who aren't born here. And you'll
Hmm.
have entire municipalities run by people who weren't born here, the police officers, the politicians, the all that stuff. They keep the community
Hmm.
and because they all are dedicated to the community and they don't, assimilate. They don't have the same values as we do. So like it's just people don't think about that when they think about like police work and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
people just lose the sense of community completely, I think, in like modern day and age.
Yeah, I'm insulated, unfortunately. Or I guess fortunately. I don't know which way you want to say it. Like,
Fortunate.
I got the
Fortunately.
a little bit of the wool pulled over my eyes though, because it's like the community that I work in is a farming community. So like you have your core group of people, and then you
Mhm.
have like your it's not the green card. What program is it? Farmers use it. You come up from Mexico for
Work
Uh,
like 4 months.
Work visa.
Work visa.
It's a work, yeah, it's a work visa, but there's a
It's a
technical term
there's
for it.
yeah.
Yeah.
But they come up, they work for 3, 4, 5 months in the fields, and then they go back. And
Yep.
so it's like like overnight. I don't want to say the entire demographic shifts, but it's noticeable.
Mhm.
It's like,
Mhm.
okay, cool. Like I don't recognize any of these people, but you know what? Some of those, like and I know I grew up farming, so I know all the farmers.
Mhm.
They are some of the best behaved people that I ever like. Zero issues because you know what? If they get in trouble, they go home, they don't make money,
And they don't get to come back.
and they don't get to come back. And
That
so, like,
I think that's going away a little bit because we're both in construction. So like it used to be that way too. Like it like I'm not someone who's like, get rid of all forms of immigration, but like I'm
mhm,
slowly getting close because like the thing that I'm seeing now, especially in construction, is like the guys that are like Mexican guys that come up here and they're working.
mhm,
I've met some of like the nicest, coolest people that were
mhm,
on work visas and doing construction work. And unfortunately, most of those guys that were like that are now like leaving. Like the good guys are
mhm,
going back because all these like scumbags are coming up and taking the work. It's the same
mhm,
thing. They don't care. Like they just get like paid to just be here essentially because they're immigrants or whatever. They have no incentive to work and take care of what they do, or they're not worried about getting sent back. They're just here and they're getting paid to be here by the government, and they get like a housing, all that stuff like that. So the good guys are getting outbid or like underbid by people who just hire a ton of scumbags and get volume. And I know like at least 2 dudes who made a ton of money, like US money, and then they have taken all that US money back to Mexico, and now they live in mansions, and they were like some
Jesus.
painter, like not even making like an extravagant wage in, US terms, but they like go back home and like they're like millionaires.
Yeah, but they're
essentially.
rich now. Yeah, they're millionaires down there.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
And they were all like good dudes, and it's like why are we trying to get rid of these guys? Why are we incentivizing people like that to
Mhm.
leave, like hardworking people, like genuinely good people, and we're like rewarding people for scumbag stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's sad.
unfortunately, it's the partisan politics, and everybody has to be. I mean, like we were saying with the red dots, team A or team B or red versus blue.
Mhm.
Everybody has to
Yeah.
stick to their guns instead of being like, hey, like why, like if this person wants to be here and has good work ethic and is fine by abiding our laws and like they're a good person, yeah, we want that person here.
Mm.
Mhm. Yeah, it kind
Uh,
of it's sad because it almost feels like you have to like it feels like the immigration problem has gotten so far out of hand where it's like, all right, we got to like kind of stop everything and reverse this. It like this problem because there's people coming out of certain pockets of the world where they literally do not care about anything other than, furthering their religion or their agenda for their country that's not here. And like,
Oh, my
we're
bad. I thought you were talking about a different group.
Well,
those two.
that comes from them, but like,
Oh,
it
I
all
I
comes
thought you
back
were
to
talking
that.
about the ABC They Them Brigade.
Mm.
Mhm.
Well, it all comes back
Um,
around somehow, but it
yeah.
does suck that you do lose a little bit of that of people who want to be here, and but at what point are you like, all right, we kind of have to make a decision here because it's getting out of hand. Like we can see with the World Cup, like how many like videos you see online now of people coming here for the World Cup and they're like, dude, America's awesome. Like these
Yeah,
like these
like they've
Japanese
been lied
people.
to their entire life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
these like Asian people tried brisket for the first time and they're like, yeah, dude, fuck China. China sucks. Or
Um,
people from the UK, like I talk badly about the US my entire life, and they go inside Bucky's once and it's like
okay,
This
that's
is a
never
gas
talking
pretty cool.
station.
I'm never talking bad
Yeah.
about America again.
Yeah. All right, guys. It's a 11:15.
We are getting pretty
We've
late.
we've we've been
So,
here.
anyways,
What, 10
vert
hours?
grips versus non-vert grips.
Oh yeah, we didn't even get to that. What's your stance on vert grips? What's your quick before we exit?
Cringer based.
Who cares? I have a vert. I have a vert. I have a vert grip on my work gun. I don't have one on my night vision gun, and I have one on like my Strybog like submachine gun like PCC build. Who cares?
He's a
Yeah.
man of
Just
many tastes.
Yeah,
do what works. Who cares?
yeah.
That's right.
Find what works for you. Yep, that's
Why do
good.
you have to, why do we have to choose ass or tits? Why can't we be both?
That's right.
A little bit of everything. Never hurt
And
anyone.
then you get the feet guys, so they're on their own.
We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that.
That's
All
like
right. Do you,
bringing up AK guys.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's just says, do you have anything to shout out? People to find, or places for people to find you, or
I'm on Instagram, Central Sands Defense. I post shitty Instagram content of my shooty skills. I have a YouTube. I upload occasionally. My content sucks. It's mostly I get bored and be like, I should talk about this. So follow at your own peril and be disappointed.
I'm gonna go follow right now.
do you guys have
So-
any closing thoughts? I would like to speak to you for just a second after we get backstage.
Oh yeah, sure.
Closing thoughts.
Me?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh, Mitchell, are you talking to me or talking to Central Sands Defense there?
Both of you.
Well, yeah, why don't you go? Send us off with something super insightful.
God's good. Christ is king.
Amen.
Find a wife, have kids.
Amen. I can't top that. That's what I say every episode. So
Yeah.
you took the words right out of my mouth.
I co-signed that. Co-signed it. He killed it. All right.
Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you again, Central States, for being with us. It's been a blast.
I appreciate the invite.
All right. Thank you. Have a good one. We'll see you next time.